Yes, having taught in class the theory of early maturing crops and late maturing crops, and therefore climate change, adaptation crops, and the income for small-scale farmers, then I came out to do it experimentally in my own plot. You can see these are beans. Beans in an acre, half an acre, sorry. These are beans that you can see half an acre. Out there you can see that's my neighbor. My neighbor has got maize. That's maize. Now they are almost drying. This is August. The dry maize about to be harvested. That is a full acre of maize. My argument was that on an acre in this place of Bungoma County, Kimilili Sub-County, Kibingei Ward, Lutony Village, the soil and the season here allows only one harvest of maize in a year. When they were planting that maize in March this year, this is 2023, I planted the first crop of beans in this half an acre. You can see that my neighbor's maize is still standing, not yet harvested. But you can see here, my second crop of beans is here. I'm going to harvest twice. And you see around there, you can see that is my water, shallow well water. I'm doing it for irrigation purposes. You can see this is my tank, irrigation purposes. So I've used, rain fed. Using the rain, I have planted and I'm going to harvest beans twice a year. Rain fed agriculture, my neighbor is going to harvest maize just once in a year. Now let us do a little bit of the economics. My neighbor, if he has done very well in this area, he will get about 16, 18 bags of maize. And as soon as you harvest, you want to use it, you want to sell it, they'll be selling at 4,000 Kenya shillings a whole bag. Let us forget a little bit about the input. Let's just see the principle. Now, if he has done very well in this area, he will make 20 bags. But actually, they make up to 8 bags, 10 bags. So on average, let us take 15 bags. 15 bags of maize will fetch him 15 times 4,000. That's about 60,000 Kenya shillings gross in a whole year from maize. If you have done badly with beans, you'll harvest 8, very, very badly, you'll harvest 6 bags. But you're supposed to harvest 10 bags in an acre. 10 bags in an acre, and an acre, a bag of beans goes at 12,000. So 12,000, and you have harvested twice in a year, 10 bags per harvest, that's 20 bags of beans. 20 bags of beans, we multiply by the 12,000, let's just even call it 10,000. We have about 200,000 gross from an acre planting beans. He has 60,000 from an acre planting maize under the condition that I've said. You plant only once in this area because the climate doesn't allow for double. Now, as I said, now I have my water tank there. I can do the third planting of these beans because I'm going to harvest them this is August, September, October I'll be harvesting. October, November. But November, there will be no rain. So I can now use this tank of mine to irrigate this land and therefore even harvest 3 times in a year. But for now, because not everybody can afford to sink or rather to dig that shallow well, to be practical to the area, I'm just using rain-fed. So rain-fed beans, you can get about 200,000 Kenya shillings gross of beans in an acre. 200 in a year from an acre. Maize, you'll get about 60. You'll be lucky to go and get 100,000 from an acre of maize in a year. So I am telling my colleagues, I'm telling my farmers, I'm telling my villagers that let's think of early maturing crops, more economical crops. Traditionally, yes, we are used to maize, but I want to say maize in itself is an import to Kenya. Maize was not our indigenous crops. Our indigenous crops were like vegetables, the orphaned crops, the millet, the sorghum, the cassava. But we're calling them orphaned because we forgot about them. Maize came and we started maize. Maize is good. I'm not saying despising it. But maize is economical when you're doing it in large scale. My own rough evaluation and rough research showed that to be very profitable with maize, you must have not less than 10 acres of land. But today, land subdivision, population growth has made lands as small as what you see in front of me. So, I am therefore advocating for people changing from the tradition of monoculture, for example, making just maize. Yes, you can argue that with maize, I'll store it and eat. But look, you have gotten 200,000 Kenya shillings from an acre of beans in a year. And your colleague has gotten 60,000 Kenya shillings from the acre of maize. What does that mean? You can buy his maize and even have enough remaining with you. So the idea that I'll not have maize to eat, you do this. There are large-scale farmers who are producing the maize. You go and buy from them. In any case, you can even exchange if you want. But I'm saying that beans, this experiment has shown me that I can actually plant and harvest beans, rain-fed, twice a year, and get much more income from it compared to maize of my neighbors. So, this is an experiment, therefore. I've done it on my own farm. You can see my house out there. There is also water tank. I'm harvesting water for use in irrigation. And therefore, indeed, let us think again. Should we continue planting maize on plots, fractions of acres? I'll tell you no. My experiment has already proved this. I already got the first crop of beans from this half an acre. I got $5, half an acre. So $10 an acre. And I've returned the beans. They're doing well. This is August. They are up for weeding now. They need weeding. They're doing well. And I'm looking forward to harvest another $5 and be a lot better than the maize farmers.